was the most excruciating agony you can possibly imagine. My first thought was, God, take me instead. Please take me instead. I don't want to live without him anyway.
It's a parent's worst nightmare, heartbreaking news of the death of a child.
I love you. Thank you.
And for Muriel and Bill Elliott, that nightmare became a frightening reality on July 22nd, 2000.
I opened the door and said, you know, where's John? And they said, John didn't make it. And just numbness comes over you, and all I could do was just scream.
I heard a scream. I knew instantly what had happened. And my first thought was, my God, my son is dead. And my second thought was, how can we possibly live without John?
But the Elliots were left with no other choice. They had to learn how to live without their only son, a 22-year-old recent Naval Academy graduate who lost his life when his car was struck by a drunk driver.
I do remember the headlights coming toward us. I remember hearing the two cars collide together, and I do remember the airbag coming toward me, and then after that, I was out.
The Elliots have channeled their grief into activism and are dedicating much of their lives to the cause of preventing future drunk driving tragedies. Bill Elliott says he's keeping a sacred promise he made to John.
I looked into his eyes one more time, and I kissed his forehead, and I promised that we will do everything we can to make sure that what happened to you will never happen to anyone else ever.
Just a few weeks after John Elliott's death, his grieving family approached New Jersey legislators about sponsoring a bill to toughen drunk driving laws. The new legislation is the first of its kind in this country. It requires police to impound the cars of those charged with DWI for a period of 12 hours and to issue responsibility warnings to those taking custody of the DWI offenders. In August of 2001, John's Law, named for John Elliott, went into effect in New Jersey.
It was a very bittersweet day. We couldn't have been prouder. We couldn't have missed our son more, but we knew that that law was going to save lives, and we believe it has.
The Elliots didn't stop with John's Law. They have also established the HERO campaign, promoting the role of designated drivers, and they have encouraged bars to cooperate. They also have a website and even fly banners over local beaches. John Elliott's sister recorded public service announcements promoting the cause.
I'm Jennifer Elliott, and I lost my brother to a drunk driver. He was more than a brother, he was my best friend. John was so full of life and so happy to be alive.
The Elliott family knows all their hard work won't bring John back, but they hope their dedication will prevent others from suffering the tragedy they've endured.
We will keep the promise we made to him when we said our final goodbye. That promise is that we will do everything in our power to make sure that there is no more drunk driving in America from this day forward.